If you own a business and you're an introvert and your marketing isn't working because you're always starting and stopping and starting and stopping, you might think that the problem is you, that maybe you're not disciplined enough or you just need to be more committed. Here's the big thing that I want to say right up front. The problem isn't you. You aren't doing anything wrong. In fact, you're doing a lot of right things by trying to make it work. But when it doesn't work, it's not that you don't have the discipline or that you're not serious about doing it or that you don't have enough willpower. Instead, the places where your marketing requires so much discipline and willpower can give us clues about what's actually getting in your way. It might be that you're trying to sustain a version of marketing that doesn't fit you. So let's look at the 3 places where this might be happening. The first is you're trying to sustain a plan that you're not 100% on board with. The strategy you're using might assume that you're willing to be on video constantly or post every day or even multiple times a day. It might require you to share personal details and you're a private person. It might require you to be highly visible, but you hate the spotlight. And maybe you follow the plan because you believe that that's what you have to do if you want your business to work. But then you run into resistance because you don't actually want to do some of the things on your list. And that means it takes energy and willpower to show up because you're trying to do your marketing and manage that resistance at the same time. But willpower and energy are limited resources. They run out. So eventually you stop because you don't actually want to do the things on your marketing plan. That isn't necessarily resistance to marketing. It might just be resistance to this version of marketing because it's not taking into account your preferences, your skills, and your interests. If the plan asks you to market in a way that feels too far outside your comfort zone or that you simply don't want to keep doing, of course it's going to be hard to maintain. You can't sustain a plan that you're constantly resisting. And this matters. We're talking about this because you're allowed to have an opinion about how you market your business. You do get a choice. The second thing that might be driving your tendency to start and stop your marketing is you haven't decided what's essential. When you don't decide what takes priority, everything feels important. There's so much to do in that case that it limits your capacity. You can't get ahead and it feels like you're never done. That means that when your marketing doesn't seem to be working or you run out of willpower and energy or life gets in the way, everything in your marketing stops instead of you just pausing the least important things. Especially if you're running a business completely on your own, and if you're an introvert who has a limited amount of energy, you have to manage that. It's important that you identify what's at the very top of your marketing list. What marketing has to happen? What can occasionally happen? What does a scaled down version of your marketing plan look like when life happens and you need to scale back? Your answers to these questions will make your marketing way more manageable. One more thing that might be causing you to start and stop your marketing is your plan requires you to rebuild your marketing from scratch every time. So if you don't have a repeatable system or a rhythm to rely on, you'll always be unclear about what your next step is. Every post will require a brand new idea. Every newsletter will start with a blank page. And at every step in your marketing process, you're going to have to keep making decisions. The joy of a repeatable system is that the more you do it, the faster you get and the fewer decisions you have to make. And when you get repeatable systems and rhythms in place, you build sustainable habits. The activities themselves require less thinking, and you can focus your energy on your creativity instead. If you are struggling to sustain your marketing, if you keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping, don't blame yourself. Instead, look at what you have in place and change it so that it'll support your marketing and your business long term. Build a plan that you are 100% on board with. What I'm saying is this: you don't need to force yourself to be more consistent. You just need to adjust your marketing strategy so it's not so hard for you to maintain.